Four-year-old Mladen Kelč from Apatin was examined at Sveti, and it was established that he had 3 diagnoses, and the medical director of the hospital, Dr. Marina Dragovic, informed his parents that he would be operated on free of charge within a joint humanitarian action of RTV and Sveti. 4-year-old Mladen Kelč was born as a completely healthy child. Vision problems started appearing when he was 2. His parents took him to doctors, but they measured the diopter value improperly, which made his condition worse. Because of the inadequate diopter value, the boy had frequent headaches. At Sveti, they changed his diopter value first, and then the first surgery was arranged. When Mladen arrived to Sveti, he was first examined by the pediatrician, and it was confirmed that the child was completely healthy and ready for the intervention. Mladen arrived with his parents, Grandma Vida, and the RTV team to the hospital where everything was ready for his surgery. I was at work then, I came home, his grandma was looking after him, and it was a terrible scene. So they directed us to Novi Sad, to that polyclinic, but in the meantime we heard about a doctor in Novi Sad who was declared a good doctor. However, when we went there, it turned out that the kid had been wearing glasses with wrong diopter value for a year and a half. Did he have headaches because of that? Headaches too, and while he was moving he would keep his head to the side, and while he was watching TV he would keep his head to one side and eyes to the other. We tried to straighten him up, to direct him. We didn't know what to do. In the meantime we went to the doctors to see what was going on, what kind of changes there were, and the doctor told us that the child had eye flickering. It allegedly existed, and that was the way the child saw. How did you find out about Sveti, and when was the first time you came here? After a year lost, the child's vision was worse than before, and he couldn't see some things that he had been able to see before. After that 1 year and a half, we realized that it had been a complete failure. Then we heard about Sveti, and when we came here, the kid was examined. He got another diopter value. You could see that the previous diopter value was wrong. After 2 or 3 days of wearing glasses with this new diopter value, positive results could be seen. He started moving normally, and while he was watching TV, he was watching it straight up. It was something totally positive, which made us very happy. How did you react when Dr. Marina Dragovic told that you were in this program? Above all, I was amazed. I don't know how I'd describe it to you. At Sveti we met Dragolju Bajic, a boy who was also operated on successfully during our humanitarian action. His parents told Zvezdana Kelč about their experience. After the surgery, it's tough, but afterwards everything is great. He feels great right now. He can see excellently. Did he wear glasses with a high diopter value before? Yes, a high diopter value. After the surgery, it's hard because a kid's a kid. He's afraid of his lenses falling out, the lenses that are put into his eyes. But after a couple of days, he gets used to it. We're an example of it. Stevan is an example. You have nothing to be afraid of. At the outpatient department, we were met by Dr. Marina Dragovic, medical director of the hospital. An anesthesiologist examined the child again and explained to the parents what the effects of anesthesia were, and that the child had to remain at hospital for a few hours to recover and be ready for the trip. Professor Dr. Rudolf Autrata, a pediatric ophthalmologist surgeon, told us that Mladen had 3 diagnoses: farsightedness, difference in diopter, and strabismus or eye turning, which were solved by one operation.
LASIK is laser surgery. Laser surface procedure is the best way, very safe and effective for removing diopters and start a better position of both eyes. We can prepare him for laser surface procedure for both eyes with general anesthesia.
Around 20 days later, we came to Apatin to visit Mladen Kelč, the 4-year-old boy operated on successfully within our joint action realized with Special Hospital Sveti Vid. The Kelč family lives in Apatin in a family house with grandma and grandpa. Mladen showed us that he could drive a car when we arrived. After the surgery, his mother taught him how to ride a bicycle without auxiliary wheels. His mother Zvezdana accompanied the boy to the surgery, even though she was in the 8th month of pregnancy. She told us that Mladen would get a brother and that he had already given him a name, Alexa. What's the situation now? Let's get back to the first day while you were coming back from hospital. How did he handle all that? How did you handle all that? As far as the surgery was concerned, he was very happy. He went through it. I don't know if the glasses were such a problem or the wrong diopter value that he had worn, so his eyes went to the side. He had headaches. He couldn't play with other children like other children. He used to move with his head turned to the side. So he was very happy about the surgery. The surgery at Sveti Vid, as any other surgery, was a bit stressful to us, but he handled it as a hero, really as a hero. And on our way back, he didn't want to look. He was sleeping all the way. 2 days after, he was able to see, but only shortly. It was all about he wanted it, he didn't want it, until he realized what was going on there. After that, we started playing, we went out in the yard, we put on sunglasses and we started playing with model cars, and he told me the colors of those cars. It was a great shock to me. Honestly, I didn't expect such a thing. It's been a lot of time now, and you can tell us what you have noticed. Have there been any more headaches? Can he ride a bike? After being able to see again, he told us that he felt fine and he didn't have headaches caused by the glasses. How he really felt, only he knows. Can you notice a difference? Is he still nervous, and can you communicate with him easier? He's a happy and satisfied child now, and that's it. He's a completely different person. He cooperated earlier as well, but now you can see that he's full of happiness. He expresses a lot of positive energy because he's taken off his glasses. There's something else beautiful in your family. You're expecting a baby. We're expecting a baby. This may happen any day now. He has already given him a name, Alexa. Have you prepared him? Yes, we have. He's happy for now, but we'll see when his little brother comes whether he'll be jealous or something. But no, he won't. He'll come to pick up his little brother. Mladen, tell me, can you see excellently now? Do you have your sunglasses to wear? Are you the man now? What do your classmates say? Nothing. And what about the girls? Do they say you're handsome now? They don't say anything. And tell me something. When you were operated on and you felt better, did you start to ride a bicycle and drive a car on your own? Who taught you how to do it? I did it by myself. You learned how to ride a bicycle by yourself, without auxiliary wheels? The child was able to see normally, and suddenly you could only see his clearer. Luckily, I didn't see it. I saw only his crossed eyes. It was my wife who saw that moment when his eyes completely ran away in the child who was normal and who was able to see normally. His eyes simply turned. It was a shock to us. We went through a stressful situation. We took it very hard. Mr. Kelč, you work in Obrenovac, and unfortunately you weren't able to accompany your grandson to the surgery. But now you see him for the first time after the surgery. How did you go through all that, as you were far away from the family? How can I put it to you? I can't explain it. What kind of happiness it is for the child, for me, for the whole family. When they took him to Sveti Vid, and when they brought a brochure on Sveti Vid, I believed it would be a successful operation and he would feel better. I'm glad because of it. You can see now that the kid behaves differently. He's happier, he can walk better, he can see better. You are Zvezdana's mother, Mladen's grandma. How did you go through all this? You had two things to be worried about. You weren't only worried about the child, but also about your daughter. It was very hard for me. I took it very hard, and now I'm happy, as if he were born again. You are Mladen's parent or grandma. You've supported your son and your daughter-in-law who is expecting another baby, and it's amazing how you've been calm and strong. Can you share your feelings with us? It was very hard, especially because my daughter-in-law was pregnant and she was entering the 9th month. I mean, I don't know how to describe it to you, especially to describe what happened. I was with him when all that happened with his eyes, all that trip, preparations, the first time, cancellation. He got sick 2 times. It was hard and stressful. Mladen goes to Vrnjačka Banja on a vacation with his grandma Vida. The doctor said he could bathe, swim, dive, which made him particularly happy. His condition will be controlled regularly at the hospital Sveti Vid for a year. The Kelč family from Apatin has had 2 happy events. Little Mladen Kelč was successfully operated on, and at the moment we were editing this show, we heard that he had got a little brother, Alexa. In the next show, we're going to take you to Titel. The next child to be operated on is Stefan.
Sav taj put, pripreme, prvi put, odlaganje, razboleo se 2 puta. Bilo je jako teško i stresno.
Mladen sa baka Vidom putuje u Vrnjačku Banju na odmor. Lekari su mu rekli da može da se kupa, pliva roni, što ga je posebno obradovalo. Njegovo zdravstveno stanje nakon operacije biće redovno kontrolisano u bolnici Sveti Vid narednih godinu dana. Porodica Kelč iz Apatina imala je 2 srećna događaja. Mali Mladen Kelč uspešno je operisan, a u momentu kada smo montirali ovu emisiju čuli smo da je dobio i brata Aleksu. U narednoj emisiji vodimo vas u Titel i sledeće dete koje će biti operisano je Stefan Tanes.